Aerodrome has a problem that is one of the reasons as to why it is in a trend of setting lower highs and is in danger of continuing to set lower highs. And it is that less people are using it. Its adoption is seemingly getting worse and has been for quite some time. Now, this chart you see behind me here is the amount of Ethereum being put and used within Aerodrome, which when it first came out had been increasing in very large steps upwards. It was very, very, very positive fundamental growth. This represents the total amount of money being brought onto Aerodrome, and typically with that, the amount of people using it. But since this point here, basically the end of October, which I'll specifically call out for you so you can see that I'm telling the truth. The end of October of last year, the amount of Ethereum has been precipitously dropping. And that beginning of adoption falling off was represented here on the chart. In October 2024, this is the weekly chart for Aerodrome, we had that one more big explosive move upwards, but its loss of fundamental adoption is one of the reasons why it really fell super hard here. Also, Aerodrome has a very inflationary supply, but the Aerodrome team and protocol does go and buy some supply and lock it up, so it kind of counteracts that, which leaves us with Aerodrome falling so hard here, in large part influenced with its loss of fundamental adoption. And when a protocol, when a coin, a crypto starts to lose fundamental adoption of its application, you start finding yourself in a situation where it is more likely to not set higher highs, but to set lower highs. It becomes harder to drive the price back up to the previous highs it was at. What marks this as even more concerning and alarming is that when we look at Base, the layer 2 ecosystem in total, the amount of Ethereum on it is just going higher. With Aerodrome being the key piece of infrastructure on Base, we would think that the TVL would also be matching this, but less and less people are using it, less and less money is being brought and used within the Aerodrome ecosystem. On the bright side, however, Aerodrome is still second place on all of Base in terms of the amount of fees generated. So the usage is still strong as compared to the rest of the Base ecosystem, with Uniswap in first place, Aerodrome in second, and third in Morpho. So this paints a little bit of a more murky picture as opposed to just a straight bearish picture, but we are undoubtedly seeing fundamental weakness in the adoption of Aerodrome right now. Which, unless that trend reverses, which it is totally possible to do so, we'll be keeping our eyes on it. We are in a position where seeing lower highs is more likely for Aerodrome. The really good thing going for the Aero token is that when it does pop off, it does pop off to the upside very aggressively because a lot of people have their eyes on this token and a lot of people trade it.